Improve your memory. Simple techniques to remember more. Written and published by MSc Boost. Chapter 1. Understanding memory. Memory serves as the foundation of our personal experiences, shaping our identities and guiding our actions. It allows us to learn from the past, adapt to the present, and plan for the future. Without memory, we would be lost in a perpetual state of confusion, unable to form meaningful relationships or achieve our goals. There are three main types of memory: short-term memory, long-term memory, and working memory. Short-term memory, also known as primary or active memory, holds a limited amount of information for a brief period, usually lasting only a few seconds to a minute. This type of memory acts as a temporary storage space, enabling us to retain small bits of information, such as a phone number or a grocery list item, just long enough to use them. On the other hand, long-term memory is the more permanent storage of information, with a seemingly unlimited capacity. It encompasses all the knowledge and experiences we accumulate throughout our lives. Long-term memories can be further categorized into two types: explicit declarative and implicit non-declarative memories. Explicit memories are those that we consciously recall, such as facts, events, and personal experiences. Implicit memories, however, are unconscious and often involve skills or habits we've acquired, like riding a bicycle or tying shoelaces. Working memory acts as a bridge between short-term and long-term memory, allowing us to temporarily store and manipulate information during complex cognitive tasks. It enables us to hold multiple pieces of information in our minds simultaneously, compare them, and use them to solve problems or make decisions. Working memory plays a crucial role in everyday activities, such as following instructions, performing mental calculations, or engaging in conversation. Several factors influence the functioning and efficiency of our memory. Attention is one of the most critical elements in the memory process. When we focus our attention on a particular piece of information, we are more likely to encode it into our memory effectively. Conversely, when we are distracted or fail to pay attention, the information may not be adequately processed, making it harder to retrieve later. Emotions also play a significant role in memory formation and recall. Experiences that evoke strong emotions, whether positive or negative, tend to be more memorable than neutral events. This phenomenon is known as the emotional enhancement effect. The amygdala, a region of the brain involved in processing emotions, interacts with the hippocampus, a crucial structure for memory formation, to prioritize the storage of emotionally charged information. Sleep is another essential factor that influences memory consolidation. During sleep, particularly in the deep stages known as slow-wave sleep, our brains process and strengthen the neural connections associated with the memories we've acquired throughout the day. This process helps transfer information from short-term to long-term memory, making it more stable and resistant to forgetting. Adequate sleep is crucial for optimal memory function, as sleep deprivation can impair our ability to encode, store, and retrieve information effectively. A healthy brain is the cornerstone of a well-functioning memory. Engaging in activities that promote brain health, such as regular physical exercise, a balanced diet rich in nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants, and mental stimulation through learning and problem-solving, can help maintain and even enhance our memory capabilities. Additionally, managing stress levels is essential, as chronic stress can have detrimental effects on the brain, including the hippocampus, leading to memory impairment. By understanding the different types of memory, the factors that influence memory function, and the importance of a healthy brain, we can begin to develop strategies to improve our memory skills. The subsequent chapters of this book will explore various techniques and practices that can help you enhance your memory, from mnemonic devices and mindfulness exercises to lifestyle changes and practical applications. With dedication and consistent practice, you can unlock the full potential of your memory and enjoy the benefits of better recall and improved cognitive performance. Chapter 2. Mnemonic Devices. Mnemonic devices are powerful tools that can significantly boost your memory by creating strong associations and mental images. These techniques have been used for centuries, dating back to ancient Greek and Roman orators who employed them to memorize lengthy speeches. The word mnemonic itself comes from the Greek goddess of memory, Mnemosyne, highlighting the long-standing recognition of the importance of memory aids. At the core of mnemonic devices lies the principle of association. By linking new information to something already familiar or meaningful to you, you create a bridge that facilitates easier recall. This connection can be visual, auditory, or even kinesthetic, depending on your personal learning style. The more unique, vivid, and emotionally charged the association, the more likely you are to remember the information. One of the most well-known mnemonic devices is the method of loci, also known as the memory palace technique. This method involves visualizing a familiar space, such as your home or a frequently visited location, and mentally placing the items you want to remember along a specific route. To recall the information, you simply need to retrace your steps through the imagined space, encountering each item in the order you placed them. To use the memory palace technique effectively, start by choosing a location that you know well and can easily visualize. It could be your childhood home, your current apartment, or even your office. Begin at a logical starting point, such as the front door, and mentally walk through the space, selecting specific locations to place the items you want to remember. These locations should be distinctive and evenly spaced to avoid confusion. Next, create vivid mental images that represent the information you want to memorize. The more exaggerated, absurd, or emotionally charged the images, the more memorable they will be. For example, if you're trying to remember a shopping list that includes bread, eggs, and milk, you might imagine a giant loaf of bread sitting on your couch, a carton of eggs juggling in your kitchen sink, and a cow swimming in your bathtub filled with milk. The key is to engage multiple senses and create a strong emotional connection to the images. When it's time to recall the information, simply retrace your steps through your memory palace, visualizing each location and the associated image. The vivid mental pictures will serve as cues, triggering your memory and allowing you to easily retrieve the stored information. Another effective mnemonic device is the use of acronyms and acrostics. An acronym is a word formed from the initial letters of a phrase or a list of items, while an acrostic is a phrase or sentence in which the first letter of each word represents the item you want to remember. These techniques are particularly useful for remembering lists or sequences of information. For example, the acronym HOMES is often used to remember the names of the Great Lakes: Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. By creating a memorable word or phrase, you can more easily recall the individual items. Similarly, the acrostic, "Every good boy does fine," is a common mnemonic for remembering the notes on the lines of the treble clef in music: E, G, B, D, and F. Rhymes and songs are also powerful mnemonic devices that can help you remember information by tapping into the brain's natural affinity for patterns and rhythms. By setting information to a familiar melody or creating a catchy rhyme, you engage multiple areas of the brain, strengthening the memory trace. This technique is particularly effective for children, who often learn the alphabet, multiplication tables, or historical facts through songs and rhymes. To create your own musical mnemonics, start by identifying the key information you want to remember. Break it down into smaller, manageable chunks and look for natural rhythms or rhyme schemes that fit the content. You can use existing melodies or create your own simple tunes to accompany the lyrics. Repeat the song or rhyme several times, focusing on the connection between the lyrics and the information you're trying to memorize. Mnemonic devices are not only effective for memorizing facts and figures, but can also be applied to learning new vocabulary, foreign languages, or complex concepts. By creating memorable associations and mental images, you can break down difficult material into more manageable pieces, making it easier to understand and recall. To maximize the effectiveness of mnemonic devices, It's essential to practice regularly and adapt the techniques to your personal learning style. Some people may find visual associations more effective, while others may prefer auditory or kinesthetic cues. Experiment with different methods and find the ones that work best for you. With consistent use and refinement, mnemonic devices can become a valuable tool in your memory improvement arsenal, helping you to remember more information with greater ease and confidence. Chapter 3: Mindfulness and Meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful practices that can significantly enhance memory function by improving focus, attention, and overall mental well-being. In our fast-paced, constantly connected lives, it's easy to become distracted and overwhelmed, leading to forgetfulness and mental fog. By incorporating mindfulness and meditation techniques into your daily routine, you can train your brain to be more present, focused, and receptive to new information. At its core, mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves becoming aware of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, and observing them with a sense of curiosity and acceptance. When you're mindful, you're fully engaged in the here and now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. This heightened state of awareness can help you absorb and retain information more effectively, as you're less likely to be distracted by external stimuli or internal chatter. One simple way to practice mindfulness is through focused attention on your breath. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you can sit uninterrupted for a few minutes. Close your eyes and bring your attention to the sensation of breathing. Notice the cool air entering your nostrils as you inhale, and the warm air leaving your mouth as you exhale. If your mind begins to wander, gently redirect your focus back to your breath without judgment. With regular practice, this exercise can help you develop greater mental clarity and improve your ability to concentrate on the task at hand. Mindfulness can also be applied directly to the process of memorization. When you're trying to learn new information, take a moment to fully engage with the material. Use your senses to explore the details of what you're studying. If you're memorizing a passage from a book, pay attention to the font, the texture of the paper, and the weight of the book in your hands. If you're learning a new skill, focus on the physical sensations and movements involved. By immersing yourself in the experience, you create a richer, more vivid memory that is easier to recall later. Meditation, a close cousin of mindfulness, is another powerful tool for enhancing memory. While mindfulness can be practiced informally throughout the day, meditation typically involves setting aside dedicated time for focused mental training. There are many different types of meditation, but most share the common goal of cultivating a calm, clear state of mind. One popular form of meditation that can be particularly beneficial for memory is called focused attention meditation. In this practice, you choose a specific object of focus, such as your breath, a mantra, or a visual image. You then direct your full attention to this focal point, gently bringing your mind back whenever it wanders. Over time, this practice can help strengthen your ability to concentrate and resist distractions, which is crucial for effective memory retention. Another effective meditation technique for memory improvement is visualization meditation. This practice involves creating vivid mental images to represent the information you want to remember. Start by finding a quiet space and closing your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to relax your body and mind. Then, begin to visualize the material you're trying to memorize. Use all of your senses to make the image as detailed and realistic as possible. For example, if you're trying to remember a list of groceries, imagine yourself walking through the store, picking up each item, and placing it in your cart. The more engaged you are with the visualization, the stronger the memory trace will be. In addition to these specific techniques, the regular practice of mindfulness and meditation can have far-reaching benefits for memory and overall brain health. Research has shown that mindfulness and meditation can reduce stress, improve sleep quality, and promote the growth of new neural connections in the brain. These effects can lead to better cognitive function, including enhanced memory, attention, and learning ability. To get started with mindfulness and meditation, set aside a few minutes each day for dedicated practice. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably without interruption. Begin with short sessions of 5 to 10 minutes, and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable with the practice. Remember that consistency is key. Even a few minutes of mindfulness or meditation each day can yield significant benefits over time. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your daily life can be a game changer for memory improvement. By training your brain to be more present, focused, and relaxed, you create the optimal conditions for learning and retention. With regular practice and patience, you can unlock the full potential of your mind and enjoy the benefits of a sharper, more reliable memory. Chapter 4. The role of diet and exercise. The connection between a healthy body and a sharp mind cannot be overstated. What we eat and how we move our bodies play crucial roles in maintaining optimal brain function, including memory. By nourishing our brains with the right nutrients and engaging in regular physical activity, we can create a solid foundation for memory enhancement and overall cognitive well-being. The brain, like any other organ in the body, requires a steady supply of nutrients to function at its best. Certain foods and dietary patterns have been shown to support brain health and improve memory. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats provides the building blocks for neurotransmitter synthesis, myelin formation, and synaptic plasticity, all essential components of memory function. One group of nutrients that has gained significant attention for its brain-boosting properties is omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, found abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, as well as in plant sources like flax seeds and chia seeds, play a vital role in maintaining the integrity of brain cell membranes. Omega-3s also help reduce inflammation in the brain, which has been linked to cognitive decline and memory impairment. To incorporate more omega-3s into your diet, aim to eat fatty fish at least twice a week. If you're not a fan of fish, consider taking a high-quality omega-3 supplement or adding more plant-based sources like walnuts, hemp seeds, and seaweed to your meals. By consistently including these brain-friendly fats in your diet, you can support the health of your brain cells and promote better memory function. Antioxidants are another group of nutrients that can have a profound impact on brain health and memory. These powerful compounds help protect the brain from oxidative stress and inflammation, which can damage brain cells and impair cognitive function over time. Some of the best dietary sources of antioxidants include berries, dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and spices like turmeric and ginger. To maximize the memory-enhancing benefits of antioxidants, make a conscious effort to include a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables in your daily diet. Aim for at least 5 servings per day, and don't be afraid to experiment with new and unusual options like purple carrots, rainbow chard, or goji berries. The more diverse your intake of antioxidant-rich foods, the better equipped your brain will be to fight off damaging free radicals and maintain optimal function. In addition to diet, physical exercise plays a critical role in promoting brain health and memory. Regular physical activity has been shown to increase the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, a protein that supports the growth and survival of brain cells. Exercise also improves blood flow to the brain, delivering essential nutrients and oxygen to keep brain cells healthy and functioning optimally. The benefits of exercise for memory are not limited to the long term. Even a single bout of moderate intensity exercise has been shown to improve memory and cognitive function in the short term. This is because exercise triggers the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, which can enhance mood, focus, and mental clarity. To harness the memory-boosting power of exercise, aim to engage in at least 30 minutes of moderate-intensity physical activity most days of the week. This could include activities like brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or dancing. If you're new to exercise, start with shorter sessions and gradually build up your endurance over time. Remember, consistency is key. The more regularly you exercise, the greater the benefits for your brain and memory. In addition to aerobic exercise, resistance training and mind-body practices like yoga and tai chi can also have positive effects on memory. Resistance training helps maintain and build muscle mass, which is important for overall health and can indirectly support brain function. Mind-body practices promote relaxation, reduce stress, and enhance focus and attention, all of which can contribute to better memory performance. Making lifestyle changes to support brain health doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing proposition. Start by making small, incremental changes to your diet and physical activity habits, and build from there. Replace processed snacks with brain-boosting options like nuts and berries, and look for opportunities to incorporate more movement into your daily routine, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator or going for a walk during your lunch break. As you make these changes, be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. Creating lasting habits takes time and effort, but the rewards, including a sharper memory and a healthier brain, are well worth the investment. By nourishing your brain with the right foods and engaging in regular physical activity, you can create a strong foundation for lifelong memory enhancement and cognitive vitality. Chapter 5. Spaced repetition and active recall. When it comes to retaining information for the long haul, the strategies of spaced repetition and active recall are indispensable. These evidence-based techniques have been proven to enhance memory retention and combat the natural forgetting process that occurs over time. By strategically reviewing information at optimal intervals and actively engaging with the material, you can significantly improve your ability to remember and retrieve knowledge when you need it most. At the heart of spaced repetition lies the concept of the forgetting curve, first described by German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus in the late 19th century. Ebbinghaus discovered that memory retention declines rapidly in the hours and days following initial learning, but the rate of forgetting slows down over time. This means that the most effective time to review information is just before you're about to forget it, allowing you to reinforce the memory and extend the forgetting curve. Spaced repetition systems take advantage of this principle by scheduling review sessions at increasing intervals over time. For example, you might review a piece of information one day after learning it, then 3 days later, then a week later, and so on. By spacing out your review sessions, you're able to maintain a high level of retention while minimizing the time and effort required to study. One popular method for implementing spaced repetition is through the use of flashcards. Create a set of flashcards for the information you want to remember, with a question or prompt on one side and the answer or key information on the other. Start by reviewing the cards frequently, then gradually increase the interval between reviews as you become more confident in your recall. To maximize the effectiveness of your flashcard sessions, use a technique called active recall. Instead of simply flipping through the cards and passively reading the information, challenge yourself to actively retrieve the answer from memory before revealing it. This process of mental effort and retrieval helps strengthen the neural connections associated with a memory, making it easier to recall in the future. Active recall can also be applied to other study methods beyond flashcards. When reading a textbook or reviewing your notes, periodically stop and quiz yourself on the material you've just covered. Close the book or cover your notes, and try to summarize the key points or answer specific questions from memory. This active engagement with the material helps deepen your understanding and reinforces your ability to recall the information when needed. Another powerful strategy for active recall is a technique known as elaborative rehearsal. This involves going beyond simple memorization and actively engaging with the material by relating it to your existing knowledge, experiences, or interests. By creating meaningful connections and associations, you make the information more personally relevant and easier to remember. For example, if you're trying to remember a historical event, don't just memorize the date and the key players involved. Take a moment to think about how the event relates to other historical moments you're familiar with. or how it might have impacted the lives of ordinary people at the time. By elaborating on the information and making it more meaningful to you, you create a richer, more memorable learning experience. To get the most out of spaced repetition and active recall, it's important to create a personalized study schedule that works for your unique learning style and goals. Start by identifying the information you want to remember and breaking it down into manageable chunks. Then, create a schedule that allows for regular review sessions spaced out over time, with more frequent reviews for newer or more challenging material. As you progress through your study sessions, pay attention to which techniques work best for you and adjust your approach accordingly. You may find that certain types of information lend themselves better to flashcards, while others benefit from more elaborate rehearsal techniques. The key is to remain flexible and open to experimentation, always keeping your ultimate goal of long-term retention in mind. Consistency and persistence are crucial for success with spaced repetition and active recall. It's not enough to engage in these techniques sporadically to see real results. You need to make them a regular part of your study routine. Set aside dedicated time each day or week for review sessions, and treat them with the same importance as your initial learning. With time and practice, spaced repetition and active recall will become second nature, and you'll find yourself retaining information with greater ease and confidence. You'll be able to approach new learning challenges with a proven set of tools at your disposal, ready to encode and retain knowledge for the long term. The power of spaced repetition and active recall lies in their ability to work with your brain's natural memory processes, not against them. By aligning your study habits with the principles of the forgetting curve and the benefits of active engagement, you can unlock your full memory potential and achieve your learning goals with greater efficiency and effectiveness. Embrace these techniques as an integral part of your memory improvement journey, and watch as your ability to retain and recall information soars to new heights. Chapter 6. Memory Games and Puzzles. Engaging in memory games and puzzles is not only an enjoyable pastime, but also a powerful way to enhance cognitive function and boost memory skills. These mentally stimulating activities challenge the brain in unique ways, helping to build new neural connections and strengthen existing ones. By regularly exercising your mental muscles through games and puzzles, you can keep your mind sharp, agile, and ready to tackle even the most demanding memory tasks. The benefits of memory games and puzzles are rooted in the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to adapt and change in response to new experiences and challenges. When you engage in mentally stimulating activities, you create a demand for your brain to form new pathways and reorganize existing ones, leading to improved cognitive function over time. One of the most effective ways to give your brain a healthy workout is through brain teasers and memory challenges. These puzzles come in many forms, from classic word games like crosswords and word searches to more complex challenges like Sudoku and logic puzzles. Each type of puzzle taps into different cognitive skills, such as attention, reasoning, and problem solving, while also testing your ability to hold and manipulate information in your mind. Crossword puzzles, for example, are an excellent way to improve your verbal memory and expand your vocabulary. As you work to fill in the blanks based on clever clues and cryptic hints, you engage your brain's language centers and challenge yourself to retrieve words and concepts from your long-term memory. The more you practice, the more efficient your brain becomes at storing and retrieving verbal information, leading to better overall memory performance. Sudoku, on the other hand, is a numbers-based puzzle that tests your logical reasoning and working memory skills. As you work to fill in the empty cells with the correct digits, you must keep track of multiple pieces of information simultaneously, using your mental workspace to hold and manipulate the data. This type of mental juggling helps improve your brain's ability to handle complex tasks and enhances your overall cognitive flexibility. In addition to traditional paper-based puzzles, the digital age has opened up a whole new world of memory games and challenges. There are countless websites, apps, and online resources dedicated to providing engaging and effective brain training exercises. Many of these digital platforms offer personalized training programs that adapt to your skill level and progress, ensuring that you always have a fresh challenge to keep your mind engaged. Some popular online memory games include memory matrix exercises, where you must remember and reproduce patterns of increasing complexity, and N-back tasks, which challenge you to keep track of a constantly updating stream of information. These games are designed to target specific cognitive skills, such as visual memory, attention, and mental agility, and can be an effective way to supplement your overall memory improvement regimen. When incorporating memory games and puzzles into your routine, the key is to find activities that you genuinely enjoy and that provide the right level of challenge. If a puzzle is too easy, you may quickly lose interest and fail to reap the full cognitive benefits. On the other hand, if a game is too difficult, you may become frustrated and discouraged, leading to inconsistent practice and suboptimal results. To strike the right balance, start with puzzles that are just slightly outside your comfort zone, and gradually increase the difficulty as your skills improve. Aim to set aside dedicated time each day for memory games and puzzles, even if it's just 15-20 minutes to start. The more consistently you engage in these mentally stimulating activities, the greater the benefits you'll see over time. As you explore the wide world of memory games and puzzles, don't be afraid to try new things and step outside your usual preferences. Variety is key when it comes to giving your brain a well-rounded workout. Mix up your routine with different types of puzzles, and don't hesitate to challenge yourself with games that target your weaker cognitive areas. The more diverse your mental exercise regimen, the more comprehensive the benefits for your overall memory and brain health. While memory games and puzzles are a powerful tool for cognitive enhancement, they should be viewed as one part of a larger memory improvement strategy. Combining mental exercises with other techniques like mnemonic devices, spaced repetition, and lifestyle factors like diet and exercise can create a synergistic effect, amplifying the benefits for your memory and overall cognitive function. Memory games and puzzles offer a fun, engaging, and effective way to keep your mind sharp and your memory skills honed. By making these mentally stimulating activities a regular part of your routine, you can tap into your brain's remarkable capacity for growth and adaptation, paving the way for lasting memory improvement and cognitive vitality. So grab a puzzle book, download a brain training app, or challenge a friend to a game of mental chess. Your brain will thank you for the workout. Chapter 7. Storytelling and Chunking. The art of storytelling and the technique of chunking are two powerful tools that can significantly enhance memory retention and recall. When information is woven into a compelling narrative or broken down into manageable pieces, the brain is better equipped to process, store, and retrieve it effectively. By harnessing the power of these strategies, you can make even the most complex and difficult to remember information more accessible and memorable. Storytelling is a fundamental aspect of human communication and cognition. From ancient oral traditions to modern-day marketing campaigns, stories have been used to transmit knowledge, evoke emotions, and create lasting impressions. The power of narrative lies in its ability to engage multiple areas of the brain, including those responsible for language, imagination, and emotion. When information is presented in the form of a story, it becomes more meaningful, relatable, and easier to remember. To leverage the memory-enhancing benefits of storytelling, start by identifying the key information you want to remember. This could be a list of facts, a sequence of events, or a complex concept. Next, work to weave that information into a cohesive narrative, complete with characters, settings, and a clear beginning, middle, and end. The more vivid and emotionally resonant the story, the more likely it is to stick in your mind. For example, if you're trying to remember the order of the planets in our solar system, you might create a story about a curious explorer who sets out on a journey to visit each planet in turn. As the explorer encounters each new world, You can highlight the unique characteristics and quirks that make it memorable. Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun, could be a scorching hot desert where the explorer must quickly hop from one foot to the other to avoid getting burned. Venus, with its thick, toxic atmosphere, could be a treacherous jungle where the explorer must navigate through clouds of poisonous gas. By associating each planet with a specific scene or character in the story, you create a powerful mnemonic device that makes the information easier to recall later. In addition to creating your own stories, you can also use existing narratives to help anchor new information in your memory. Look for ways to connect the material you're trying to learn with familiar tales, historical events, or personal experiences. The more connections you can make between the new information and the stories already stored in your long-term memory, the easier it will be to remember and retrieve when needed. Chunking, on the other hand, is a technique that involves breaking down complex information into smaller, more manageable units. The human brain has a limited capacity for processing and storing new information in short-term memory, typically around 7 plus or minus 2 items at a time. By grouping related pieces of information together into meaningful chunks, you can effectively expand your mental storage capacity and make it easier to remember larger amounts of material. The key to effective chunking is to identify patterns and relationships within the information you're trying to learn. Look for ways to categorize or group similar items together based on shared characteristics or themes. For example, if you're trying to remember a long list of grocery items, you might chunk them into categories like produce, dairy, meats, and snacks. By creating these higher-level groupings, you give your brain a framework for organizing and storing the individual items more efficiently. Chunking can also be applied to more abstract or conceptual information, such as the key ideas in a lengthy article or the main points of a complex lecture. As you read or listen, try to identify the central themes or arguments and group supporting details or examples under each main point. By creating a hierarchical structure of chunks, you can better understand and remember the overarching concepts while still preserving the important specifics. One powerful way to combine storytelling and chunking is through the use of visual imagery. As you create mental stories or chunk information into meaningful groups, take a moment to visualize each scene or category in rich, vivid detail. Engage all of your senses, imagining the sights, sounds, smells, and textures associated with each element of the story or chunk. The more immersive and multisensory the imagery, the more deeply encoded the information will become in your long-term memory. Developing your storytelling and chunking skills is a fun, easy, and effective way to enhance your memory. One of my favorite things about these techniques is that they allow you to tap into your natural learning abilities and engage your mind in a more imaginative way. Those dull, hard-to-remember facts and figures transform into colorful stories and categories that almost seem to remember themselves. I used these strategies all the time when I was in school trying to remember things for tests. Coming up with wacky stories to tie all the information together was so much more enjoyable than straight memorization. And time again, being able to visualize the different scenes of the story helped me recall things effortlessly when exam day rolled around. So consider giving your inner storyteller free rein the next time you're staring down a wall of text or stack of flashcards. Of course, as with any skill, storytelling and chunking require practice and refinement over time. Set aside dedicated time on a regular basis to try out these techniques with various types of information. Practice weaving narratives around tricky concepts, and experiment with different methods of chunking and categorization to find the approaches that work best for you. With consistency and curiosity, you'll soon find these powerful memory techniques to be staple tools in your ongoing learning and growth. The beauty of storytelling and chunking lies in their versatility and accessibility. Whether you're a student seeking to ace your next exam, a professional looking to expand your knowledge base, or simply someone who loves to learn for learning's sake, you can start reaping the memory benefits right away. No fancy equipment or special training required, just your imagination, a dash of creativity, and a willingness to see information in a new light. Why resign yourself to rote memorization when you can turn every mental challenge into an opportunity for play? Crafting stories and piecing together puzzles in your mind not only makes learning more effective, but also more enjoyable and personally meaningful. So go ahead, let your inner storyteller take the stage and watch as even the most mundane information springs to vivid, memorable life. Your brain will thank you. Chapter 8: Sleep and Stress Management. The connection between sleep, stress, and memory is a critical one that is often overlooked in our fast-paced, high-pressure lives. We tend to prioritize work, social obligations, and endless to-do lists over the vital restorative functions of rest and relaxation. However, the truth is that without adequate sleep and effective stress management, our ability to learn, remember, and perform at our best is severely compromised. Sleep is not merely a time of passive inactivity, but rather an active and complex process that is essential for memory consolidation. During the deep stages of sleep, particularly the slow-wave sleep SWS phase, our brains are hard at work processing and integrating the information we've acquired throughout the day. This is when the neural connections associated with new memories are strengthened and stabilized, allowing them to be transferred from short-term to long-term storage. Studies have consistently shown that individuals who get sufficient high-quality sleep perform better on memory tasks than those who are sleep-deprived. Even a single night of poor sleep can have a significant negative impact on our ability to focus, retain information, and recall it accurately when needed. Chronic sleep deprivation, on the other hand, can lead to more severe cognitive impairments, including decreased attention span, impaired decision-making, and a heightened risk of developing conditions like depression and anxiety. To harness the memory-boosting power of sleep, it's important to prioritize both the quantity and quality of your rest. Most adults require between 7–9 hours of sleep per night to function at their best, although individual needs may vary. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, can help regulate your body's internal clock and improve the overall quality of your sleep. Creating a sleep-conducive environment is also crucial for optimal rest. Your bedroom should be cool, dark, and quiet, with comfortable bedding and minimal distractions. Avoiding electronic devices like smartphones, tablets, and televisions for at least an hour before bedtime can help signal to your brain that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. Instead, try engaging in relaxing activities like reading, gentle stretching, or meditation to ease the transition into slumber. In addition to sleep, effective stress management is another key component of maintaining optimal brain health and memory function. When we experience stress, our bodies release cortisol and other hormones that can interfere with the brain's ability to encode and retrieve memories. Chronic stress has been linked to shrinkage of the hippocampus, a critical region for learning and memory, as well as an increased risk of developing age-related cognitive decline. Managing stress effectively requires a multifaceted approach that addresses both the external stressors in our lives and our internal responses to them. One powerful tool for reducing stress is regular physical exercise. Engaging in moderate-intensity activities like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming for just 30 minutes a day can help lower cortisol levels, boost mood, and improve overall brain function. Exercise also stimulates the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that supports the growth and survival of brain cells, including those involved in memory. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and guided imagery can also be highly effective for managing stress and promoting mental well-being. These practices help calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and improve focus and clarity. Incorporating even a few minutes of mindfulness into your daily routine can have a significant positive impact on your ability to cope with stress and maintain optimal cognitive function. Another critical aspect of stress management is setting healthy boundaries and learning to say no when necessary. We often take on more than we can realistically handle in an effort to please others or prove our worth. but this can quickly lead to burnout and mental exhaustion. Prioritizing self-care, delegating tasks when possible, and being selective about your commitments can help reduce unnecessary stress and free up mental resources for learning and memory. Nutrition also plays a vital role in both stress management and brain health. A diet rich in whole foods, including plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, can help support optimal cognitive function and emotional well-being. Certain nutrients, such as omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, and antioxidants, have been shown to have particularly beneficial effects on brain health and may help protect against age-related cognitive decline. On the other hand, a diet high in processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats can contribute to inflammation, oxidative stress, and other factors that can impair brain function and increase the risk of cognitive impairment. Limiting your intake of these foods and focusing on nutrient-dense, whole food options can help support both stress resilience and memory performance. Staying adequately hydrated is also essential for brain health and cognitive function. Even mild dehydration can lead to decreased alertness, impaired memory, and increased feelings of fatigue and anxiety. Aiming to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day, and more if you're engaging in physical activity or spending time in hot environments, can help keep your brain functioning at its best. Given that both sleep and stress management are foundational aspects of cognitive health, it's wise to develop a personalized plan for optimizing your rest and relaxation, just as you would for your memory training exercises and techniques. Reflect on your current sleep habits and stress levels, and identify areas where you could improve. Start with small, achievable goals like establishing a relaxing bedtime routine or practicing a mindfulness exercise for a few minutes each day, and gradually build from there. Regular check-ins are a great way to stay on track and hold yourself accountable to your goals. Take note of how you feel, mentally and physically, as you begin to prioritize sleep and stress management more consistently. Are you noticing improvements in your focus, memory recall, or overall sense of well-being? Acknowledging and celebrating your progress, no matter how small, can help sustain your motivation and commitment. While optimizing your sleep and stress levels does require some effort and dedication, keep in mind that every positive step you take is an investment in your long-term brain health. By giving your brain-body system the rest, relaxation, and nourishment needed for optimal functioning, you're not only supporting better memory and cognitive performance in the present, but also laying the foundation for a more mentally sharp and vibrant future. So prioritize your ZZZs, make stress management a non-negotiable, and unlock a whole new level of memory mastery in the process. Chapter 9. Practical Applications and Long-Term Strategies. With a solid foundation of memory techniques and lifestyle optimizations under your belt, you're well equipped to start applying your new skills in everyday life and charting a course for long-term memory mastery. The key to success lies in consistent practice, creative application, and a commitment to ongoing learning and growth. One of the most immediate and practical ways to put your memory skills to use is in social situations, particularly when it comes to remembering names. How often have you been introduced to someone, only to forget their name moments later? This common memory slip-up can lead to awkward interactions and missed opportunities for connection. Fortunately, with a little mindfulness and some strategic memory techniques, you can greatly improve your ability to remember names and other important details about the people you meet. The next time you're introduced to someone new, start by focusing your full attention on the moment of introduction. Make eye contact, smile, and repeat the person's name back to them as soon as you hear it. This simple act of repetition helps to encode the name in your short-term memory and creates an opportunity for further elaboration. To move the name into your long-term memory, try associating it with a distinguishing characteristic of the person's appearance or something you learned about them in your initial conversation. For example, if you meet someone named Rachel, who has striking red hair, you might create a mental image of a red bell with the name Rachel inscribed on it. The more vivid and unusual the association, the more likely you are to remember it later. You can also use a technique called chunking to help remember longer or more complex names. Break the name down into smaller, more manageable parts, and create associations or stories around each chunk. For instance, if you meet someone named Anastasia, you might break it down into Anna and Stasia, and then create a mental image of Anna from the movie Frozen, building a snowman with the Russian princess Anastasia. In addition to names, you can apply your memory skills to a wide range of practical situations, such as remembering to-do lists, important dates, or key points from meetings or lectures. The memory palace technique, in particular, can be a powerful tool for these types of tasks. By mentally placing the items you need to remember in a familiar location, such as your home or office, you create a spatial association that makes them easier to recall later. For example, if you need to remember to pick up groceries on your way home from work, you might imagine placing each item on your list in a different room of your house. Visualize a carton of milk sitting on your couch, a loaf of bread on your kitchen counter, and a bag of apples in your bedroom. The more outlandish and exaggerated the mental images, the more memorable they'll be. When it comes to long-term memory strategies, one of the most important things you can do is to cultivate a growth mindset and a love of lifelong learning. Approach every new experience, whether it's reading a book, attending a seminar, or traveling to a new place, as an opportunity to expand your knowledge and challenge your mind in novel ways. Seek out opportunities to learn about subjects that fascinate you, even if they're not directly related to your work or daily life. The more diverse and intellectually stimulating your interests, the more mental connections you'll form, and the more resilient and adaptable your memory will become. Make a habit of reflecting on and discussing what you've learned with others. Teaching someone else about a topic you're passionate about not only reinforces your own understanding, but also helps you identify areas where your knowledge may be incomplete or unclear. This process of active recall and elaboration is a powerful way to deepen your memory traces and make new information stick. Consider joining a study group, book club, or other social learning community where you can engage in regular discussions and debates about the subjects that interest you. The act of articulating your thoughts and considering alternative viewpoints can help strengthen your memory and critical thinking skills, while also providing a sense of community and shared purpose. Technology can also be a valuable ally in your long-term memory improvement efforts. There are a wealth of apps, online courses, and digital tools designed to help you learn new skills, practice memory techniques, and stay mentally sharp as you age. From language learning programs like Duolingo to brain training games like Lumosity, there's no shortage of resources to help you keep your mind in top form. That said, it's important to approach brain training and other cognitive enhancement tools with a healthy dose of skepticism and to prioritize evidence-based strategies over hype and marketing claims. Look for programs and resources that have been scientifically validated and that emphasize the importance of consistent practice and long-term habit formation over quick fixes or shortcuts. Perhaps most importantly, approach your memory improvement efforts with a sense of playfulness, curiosity, and self-compassion. There will be days when you feel like you're making great strides, and others when you seem to forget even the most basic things. This is a normal part of the learning process and not a reflection of your inherent ability or worth. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and use your setbacks as opportunities for growth and reflection. Remember that memory improvement is a lifelong journey, not a destination, and that every effort you make to challenge and expand your mind is a worthwhile investment in your cognitive health and overall well-being. With consistent practice, a diverse range of interests, and a commitment to lifelong learning, you can not only improve your memory in the short term, but also build a more resilient, adaptable, and creative mind for the future. Whether you're looking to excel in your career, pursue a new hobby, or simply stay mentally sharp as you age, the strategies and techniques you've learned in this book will serve you well. But beyond the practical benefits, The true value of memory improvement lies in the sense of empowerment and joy that comes from fully engaging with the world around you. By unlocking the full potential of your mind, you open yourself up to a richer, more vibrant experience of life, one in which every moment is an opportunity for discovery, connection, and growth. You have all the tools and knowledge you need to become a memory master. Now it's up to you to put them into practice, to stay curious and engaged, and to never stop learning and growing. Here's to a lifetime of unforgettable experiences, insights, and adventures.